Okay, so finished the very exciting first training video. Okay, I'm going to move on to the second part. Thankfully, it shouldn't take as long. So you've learned to check in, check out items like that. You can look and see, and most of these are self-explanatory as far as what they actually do. If a faculty member brings something back and it's overdue, or if they just bring something back in general, it's probably easier to use the fine-free discharge. Okay, and that way it won't charge them anything. We don't charge usually anyone late fees unless they return a book and it's just torn to shreds or something like that. But faculty members don't ever get charged. So you can do the fine-free discharge, and the override, if it ever asks you for one, is train day, T-R-A-I-N-D. Oh, and apparently you can't do this one on FPC2. You should be able to do it on FPC1 because that's the administrator. So you won't have to do that. So don't use that unless you're in FPC1. Now, one of the things, if somebody has a late fee, you can, right, and they want to pay it, you can go ahead and take the cash for it. And obviously, you just click on paying bills and click OK. And then you'll look up their ID or you'll get their name, right? And you'll click on that. And if they don't have anything to pay, it's going to show up like that. But let's see if we can't find one, and I may have cleaned hers out. But and not having any luck. Let's try. There we go. See, Gina Marie Morris doesn't have any bills to pay. I'm not sure who does. I may have. Let's try this. I bet he's got one. Okay, now you can see I didn't have his number in front of me, but there's two Mark Myers, and it's the same person because you can see the phone numbers are the same. But see over here the user lost card, if there are two users and they're the same, but one has an asterisk, that means it's the old one. So you pick the one without the asterisk, and you click on that. And this time the error message is a little different. It has no bills payable by this library. So it means he does have some. But anyways, you just type in right up here whatever they do owe, and then if it's cash, check, or whatever. For faculty members, if they have late fees, we just put in the number and put forgiven, and it clears it out, and they don't have that. Now, if you need to look up an item, okay, remember, there are a couple ways to do it. You could do it in the checkout thing, or you can do an item search in display records, and you just click on that, and remember, just click OK on every one of these property screens that comes up. And then you can search by the ISBN number, or the title, or the author. Some people will come in, hey, I need a book by Mark Twain or William Shakespeare. Do you have one? Well, you just click on author. Remember, you can click on FPC, and then you just search for whatever it is. Okay. The last thing that I want to show you, the other thing that you might have to do, okay, is to register a user. Somebody may not have a library card, and they want to check something out. So there are a couple things that they have to do first. One of the things is you can give them a paper copy, to get a library card. We have those in the library. They're back behind my desk. And so they'll fill that out, and then you can get their information that way, and you can do it. Or there's a place on the website where they can do it. Okay, so there's a form there, and you can just tell them to do that, and then I'll email them the card or something like that. But if you have to do it, if they're insistent on that, and you've got paper, then you have them fill that out, and you click on user registration. And workflows is insane. Sometimes it'll do that. Please close the wizards. Well, you just click on close, get rid of one window. And now you can open up this one. Okay, so user registration, and then if the program did not freeze on us, come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, and you can just click, remember, you don't have to do anything, click OK. Okay, now the first thing that you will have to do is get a library card, an FPC library card from either my desk or Melissa's desk. Or there may be some behind the circulation desk as well. We'll get you some, but right, you just put in the 13-digit number that's on the back of that card, And then for the profile name, you'll have to change this, right? Obviously, this isn't going to be somebody from White Deer. It's going to be somebody from FPC. Now, you have two choices, FPC faculty or patron. If it's a student, you click on patron. If it's faculty member, you click on faculty member. You type in the 13-digit number, whatever you can come up with. And if you mistype something, it won't even be 13 digits. If it's not used by the system, see, look at that. Okay, so you can make sure you type in the right number, or you scan it, and then of course you enter their first, last name, all that kind of stuff. Down here, got to change the library again to FPC. Okay, so library's FPC, profile name is FPC faculty or patron. Remember, keep that. And so you fill out all that information. You don't have to do anything under the privilege. Okay, all that should be fine. Demographics, you can change it if they're faculty or a student. You can put all that stuff there. This is important. The addresses, you got to put an address in there. You got to put an email in there so we can get in contact with them. So care of, you just put whatever their name is, fill the rest of this out, get at least one phone number, and then get their email address so we can contact them that way. Okay, and for some extended info, okay, this helps us determine who is who if two people have the same name. Get a birthday, and then fill out, get a driver's license, get a student ID, whatever you have to do, fill one of those out. And then once you do that, down here there's a check duplicate user, and so you can click on that. Now of course this won't do anything because you have to actually put in a name first, so we'll do that real quick. Todd, yeah, that's my middle name, sadly. And then price. Okay, so you check duplicate user, and then it pops this up. Hey, this is somebody that's already in the system. Are you sure they're not the same person? And so it'll bring all that stuff up, and then there's my note, Jason Price, for whatever reason, I guess. And so it lets you know that there was a duplicate user. So you can either choose to register the user, or you can start all over, register another user. Okay. Now, if nobody else pops up, it'll say no duplicate users, and then you just register them. Okay. If it's a duplicate user, you say, well, we're already in the system, and you can close that out. No. And then you can go back out and say, okay, well, you wanted to check out a book, but you're already in here, so we'll just check it out. And then it goes back to, right, exactly what you did in the first one. So that is the second video. That's pretty much everything that you're going to have to do. If there's anything outside of that, or you still get confused, watch the videos again, which I know you'd be excited to do, or you can just ask Melissa or myself and we can walk you through it again. Hopefully these two have been informative. I apologize, this one was almost as long as the first one, but at least they're here for posterity, right? So if you forget something, you can go back if I'm not around, and you need to know how to do it. Hopefully one watching is enough. I'll show you how to look up stuff on our website and what all the usernames and passwords are for the databases, and hopefully that'll be the last one, but probably not. All right, we'll see you on the next one.